Hello everybody, greetings everyone. This your girl Tiffany coming through here live in the Fed. And today I am going to be talking about Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, but I like to call him Nature Ho. He was sentenced life to prison without parole. So now I'm going to present the article to you guys and we're going to go from there. So let me go ahead and share this article. Thank you, Julanda. Thank you. And same go to you, my sister. Same goes to you. Again, in March is Women History Month. So shout out to all the women, especially the sisters who have done a lot of work. But speaking of, women, I really want to get into this whole thing about Nature Boy and many people that's like him. Okay. So let's go into this article. Hold on. All right, let's go ahead and go to this article real fast. So right here, this is from blackenterprise.com. It says alleged Georgia sex cult leader Eligio Bishop sentenced to life for rape. All right, so it goes on to say complex reports that Eligio Bishop, leader of the alleged sex cult Carbonation, was found guilty on March the 1st on all counts, including rape, false imprisonment, and revenge porn charges. So the verdict delivered by a Georgia jury marks a significant milestone in the case. They offer a disturbing glimpse into the operation of the purported cult. So Bishop, who also goes by the name Nature Boy and Three God, faced allegation of raping a former cult member attempting to escape, followed by posting explicit content online. The trial unfolded, shedding light on the cult's practices, particularly its use of social media to propagate its holistic lifestyle and teachings. So it says during the sentencing hearing that followed the verdict, several of Bishop's former cult members provided emotional testimonies revealing the psychological impact of his actions, according to Fox 5 Atlanta. One woman testified that he said, "My soul belonged to him," and there was absolutely no saying no to him. Wow. Illustrating the coercive nature of Bishop's influence. Then it goes on to say, surprisingly, during the hearing, Bishop appeared dismissive, engaging in casual conversation with the bailiff and displaying a lack of remorse, prompting scolding from DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Stacy Hydrick. Bishop attempt to communicate with the judge and the victims resulted in a muted courtroom, emphasizing the gravity of the charges. And then it goes on to say, in his brief remarks before sentencing, Eligio Bishop asked, "Are you happy?" To which the judge responded, "I'm not answering any questions of yours." Bishop, seemingly unrepentant, stated, I forgive you." Addressing the judge, Judge Hydrick, unswayed by Bishop's word, characterized him as master manipulator and a classic narcissist. And it says prosecutors pushed for the maximum sentence, highlighting Bishop's lack of remorse throughout the trial. Despite the defense argument citing his troubled childhood, Judge Hydrick sentenced Bishop to life without parole. Additionally, he received a consecutive 10-year sentence with concurrent sentence for revenge porn charges. Judge Hydrick imposed strict conditions prohibiting any contact, direct or indirect, with the victims and restricting Bishop from profiting from his crimes, including book deals or other means. The defense have 30 days to file a motion for a new trial. And I'm just going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. Now, this man has been getting away with this for quite some time. It's not a surprise that he had no remorse for what he did. It's not a surprise. Because bruh was already very suspicious from the jump street. Okay. He put out the video saying something into the effect, which is very disgusting and very, very sickening, which made me question his mentality. This man got on the internet and said that he engages into sexual intercourse with his wife while she's breastfeeding his child. And then when they get done having intercourse, he allowed his son to play with his private area when he get done after he had got done having sex with this woman. Now, right then and there, he should have been locked up then because first and foremost, that's child molestation. You have no business letting no child play with your private part. I don't care if you're a man, woman, your child shouldn't be playing with your private part, period. Your child should not be in the bedroom while you engaging into intercourse. That's when I knew something was fishy going down. He got exactly what he deserves. He deserved life in prison. He should not be out, be around any children or any women. He should be right there where he's at. Now, this is what baffled me because at the end, on the news, the women that was a part of his organization or currently members of his organization, whatever, they were interviewed and they said all of those charges was a bunch of lies. And the reason why those women said that he did such a thing was because they wanted to have sexual intercourse with him. They wanted him all to themselves. I just happened to say, wait a minute, now this got to be the most dumbest shit I ever heard. The reason why the women say that he did such a thing was because they wanted him to themselves. This goes to show you the sickness and the brainwashing. And then there's some people that's mad that he got life without parole. I had a guy tell me on social media that well, he shouldn't got life without parole. That's too extreme. I say, you know what's extreme? What's extreme that he got away with doing this shit for a long time. That's extreme. But you upset because he got life without parole. Now I'm gonna talk about something real fast, but I want to read this comment that the sister put up here because let me see. She said, "Do you remember his very first wife who left him and told the world what it was? Her name was Sunshine or something. Beautiful sister from New Orleans with these gorgeous wig locks." I don't recall. Be honest with you, I know there was another young lady. I know there was a young lady that who was his wife. I don't know her name, but she had a son with him. I remember she did a video talking about the ongoing abuse that she had to deal with and how he would not let her go back home to her family. And then after a while, he did send her back home, but she had nothing to her name. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have anything. So, but he did let her go back home. I forgot the young lady's name. That's the only one that I really know about. And then I remember there was a few other people that was doing interviews on different podcasts explaining how their experience was dealing with Nature Boy and his mannerism, his attitude, and how he would come off at people and whatnot. Then I seen a video where he was trying to build a cult in prison. He was trying to build his own cult. He was trying to continue with the process. So, but I want to say this. There was a question someone posted a while back, a comment, and I thought this was a good question. This happened to be a female. I don't know her name, but I know I seen the comment she asked. Why is it that drug dealers get more time in prison than sex offenders? Why is that drug dealers get more time in prison than those who are child molesters, rapists, or sex offenders? And I thought that was a very intelligent question. Because if you can send a drug dealer away for a long time for a RICO act, right? Why can't you not send a rapist, a child molester, or a sex offender away for a long period of time? And Nature Boy is one of the few guys that got life without parole. Along with Dr. Malachi Z. York. Dr. York got the same thing, life without parole. But they one of the few individuals who actually serve a long sentence. And the question becomes why it's not very common for anybody who's molesting children, who are pedophiles, sex offenders, why do they not get a long-term sentence in prison? Why do they get to come back into societies and live amongst people, especially children? Why do they get to do that? And then what else baffles me is, why are there some people, right? They are activists. They are protecting these type of individuals, but you don't protect those who are actual victims. And I feel more bad for the victims because they have to grow up and deal with all these challenges and replay back the trauma that took place in their lives. They don't get any type of treatment or help. They have to pretty much live with this forever. It will hunt them down forever. And if you think I'm lying, there are people who are activists that speaks on the behalf of sex offenders. And that baffles the fuck out of me. Are you fucking serious? And the argument is, well, it was victim at one point in time. They had troubled childhood, etc. I get it. But they knew what the fuck they was doing. They knew what was right and what was wrong. Right, right is right, wrong is wrong, right? What you're doing, and you know that what happened to you was unacceptable. Why would you do it to someone else? Why would you do it to someone else? Why would you do it to other kids? This is why we got to be careful who we look up to. We got to be careful who we follow. You know what I'm saying? This personality worship is a setback. You can admire whoever you want to, good or bad, but you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't just be listening to these pseudos, man. There's some weirdo on the internet talking about you ain't supposed to be drinking water. Some only animals drink water, not humans. Humans ain't supposed to be drinking water. I don't know this guy's name from a can of paint, but he's going right. For some reason, he getting a lot of views. He's getting a lot of telling people that you ain't supposed to be drinking water. Now, if it's that easy to manipulate a population of people, then what does it say about humanity as a whole? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My screen froze. Hold on. Ooh, what the hell's going on with my screen? Why my screen frozen like this? Oh, boy, look, this is crazy. My shit. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Hold on, y'all. Let me find out what's going on. Why is my screen frozen? I can't even get back.
Okay, my bad, you guys. My screen had froze on the computer, so y'all forgive me. Yeah, my computer screen had started frozen up. But who is B Stinger, brother? I don't know who that is. Oh, okay, Ron Savage. Yeah. So yeah, Ron Savage. Yeah, we all gotta be. What I was saying is we have to be careful who we listen to and who we follow. All right. You know what I'm saying? See, it's real easy to get into building a cult, right? When you got people who don't know, who are lost and trying to find their way, and all they can do is take advantage of you, right? You know what I'm saying? And for people like Nature Boy, Dr. York, and there's so many lists of names out there, they were able to prey on people's vulnerability because they knew that people did not have the intellectual ability or they didn't have the knowledge, the skill settings to be able to know what they were doing. Excuse me. All right. Trying to put my microphone here. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? These people were able to get away with a lot of things because they did not, they know how to speak a language that can appeal to the emotions. You know what I'm saying? That can make them sound like they very intelligent. And Nature Boy knew who to reach out to. He knew what type of people that he wanted to have in his circle. And there was women. So he put the women in his circle. So as long as he can have the women out there, hold on, y'all. Give me one moment. I'm trying to. Yeah, but as long as he can have the women out there and get the women where he wants them to be, it's easy to bring about control. And then, you know, he's preying on the mindsets of the men as well. Keep them under control. But, you know, it's really sickening. It's just really sick. It makes me sick and it makes me upset when I see that these individuals can get away with doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, and these type of conversations never brought up or it's rarely brought up in our community. You know what I mean? Because we want to try to minimize it as much as possible. We want to throw it under the bus. Then you want to know why people don't see themselves as part of a community setting, or they don't understand, or they don't value the concept of community anymore because of the fact that they didn't get the love and support when they need it. We always hear the concept it take a village to raise a child. Yeah, it take a village to raise a child, but when the child is not being raised properly and not being respected and loved by that village, then that village doesn't matter to them. The village doesn't mean anything. It doesn't play a significant role. Let me see. Sister Julanda put, it wasn't so long ago that it was legal for a husband to rape his wife. And that's sick. Any man that feel like he got to rape his own woman or the woman that he's married to, you got to be a sick person. You got to be sick. What y'all, and I'm going to talk to the men out there especially. While we on this subject, sometimes you gotta learn how to take rejection. If a woman rejects you because she's not interested in you, she don't want to talk to you, she don't want to be in a relationship with you or whatever, you gotta accept that. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept, you gotta learn how to take rejection. And what I think it is that there are guys who have not been taught how to take rejection from women, how to accept the word no. You know, and it's a shame that a woman feel like she doesn't have a voice when it comes to abuse, especially if she's married to someone that is an abuser. She feel like she can't have a voice. She can't say that he's abusing her, he's violating her, or anything like that. And this is one of the reasons why people don't want to get married. This is one of the reasons why women don't want to get married, because they feel like if they have to go through the abuse, then what's the purpose of marriage? They feel like if they have to go through the abuse and have to be dealing with domestic violence on a consistent basis, or have to be forced into having sexual intercourse whenever their husband want to, what's the purpose of being married? So for those who may wonder, well, why women don't want to get married anymore, this is one of the reasons why. This is one of the reasons why. And I agree, you're right. There is no emotional discipline, because many people ain't been taught emotional discipline. They've been taught get what you want, put the pressure on them, apply the pressure, and then you don't realize that that shit will set you back. That applying pressure and get what you want is gonna set your ass back. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta look at a deeper surface. We have to look at the fact that we live under a system, a culture that not just and I agree with you, it's not just religion indoctrination. I mean, I can agree with that. That's part of it, but it's also stemming from a culture that we live in too. You know, culture plays a part in that as well. But I mean, although religion can fall under the category of culture, but you have to look at how media portray women, right? And then I'm gonna say it again: we live under the patriarchal white supremacy society. We live under what they call a rape culture. So for those of you that don't believe that rape culture exists, it does exist. It's real. Okay. But I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you saying, sister. I'm not disagreeing about what you're saying. I mean, because that does play a part in it. That plays a part. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just religious indoctrination. I mean, like I said, I agree with that, right? But you also gotta look at it goes beyond it. It goes into the psychology, the mindset, the sick mindset of individuals who use religion ideology as a way to juxtapose their intentions, their evil intentions. You know what I'm saying? So what I see is it's a psychological thing to bring about control over mass of people. So religion has been used, like you said, religion is an indoctrination, but it has been used as a way to bring about that type of control over individuals. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, the concept of a rape culture is real. Let's talk about that for a moment. Let's get into what a rape culture is. If I can get this computer to act right, I don't know what's going on. Ooh, I don't know what's going on with this computer. Okay, y'all give me one moment. Oh, all right, so I don't know what's going on with the computer, but let's look at what rape culture is. Nah, I ain't got no Mac. Unfortunately, I have a Chrome. That's why I don't have a Mac. I have a Chrome computer. Let me see. Let's go into what a rape culture is, because we need to really like break this shit down. And then some people don't know that certain stuff they do is considered as a form of rape. You got some people that don't know that because they think that what they're doing is innocent and might just be something playful to them, but it's not. It goes beyond it. So let's look at rape culture. All right, so here it is. Let's look it up. All right, so rape culture. Rape culture is a setting as described by some sociological theories in which rape is pervasive and normalized due to that setting attitude about gender and sexuality. Behaviors commonly associated with rape culture include victim blaming, slut shaming, sexual objectification, trivializing rape, denial of widespread rape, refusing to acknowledge the harm caused by sexual violence, or some combination of these. It has been used to describe and explain behavior within social groups, including prison rape and in conflict areas where war rape is used as a psychological warfare. Entire societies have been alleged to be rape cultures. All right. So the notion of rape culture was developed by second wave feminists, primarily in the United States, beginning in the 1960s. Critics of the concept dispute its existence or extent, arguing that the concept is too narrow, or that although there are cultures where rape is pervasive, the very idea of rape culture can imply that it is not the rapist who is somehow at fault, but rather society as a whole that enable rape. Critics of that line of criticism have disputed the notion that only one party needs to be at fault, noting that the perpetrator can be the primary wrongdoer, those who help cover it up or harass victim acting as accomplices, and that thus also, according to them, the wider society and culture can still be blamed for its collective influence on these individuals. All right. So basically, I'm gonna just keep it 100. America alone pushes the concept of rape culture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because women have been seen as sexual objects for so many years, for a long time, right? So, and with that being the case, people don't address the concept of rape like they should, because in some way it has been accepted. It has been accepted. It has been okay. People feel like, what can they really say? And then the sad part about it is when it's your own family member that does something to someone else, you really can't say anything. You can't really put a voice out there. If you give your thoughts on a situation, then it seems like the whole family will turn against you because you decide to stand up and you want to speak on it. And then we have to be honest. Even with the social movements at one point in time, there were individuals in the social activism organization that were raping women as a way to bring about power over them. You know what I'm saying? But these individuals weren't held accountable to a certain extent. You know, um, but I feel like, again, that justice has been served when it, at the end of the day. Um, Nature Boy really did it to himself. He did it to himself because he got on the internet and he exposed himself indirectly. He pretty much told what he was about. And you don't get to use, well, my childhood was messed up and that's why I did this. No, because you know what you was doing the whole time. You know the difference between what is right and what is wrong. Yeah. Hey, peace, brother. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? And you, especially if you have children, you have to be careful bringing them around certain individuals. Okay. You really have to be mindful. All right, because there's so much happening. It's so much things that's going on, and there's a lot of red flags that's taking place. And oftentimes we ignore those red flags because we want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But then you can't always give those individual benefit of the doubt either. It's very important that we always cross reference what a person is saying. Question their information, question their intentions. Even if they get offended, if they get upset, oh well, you got to question. You got to ask questions. You got to do cross referencing. You got to, if you got to do a background check, you got to do a background check. So yeah, you got to do a lot of things because for your own safety, especially as a woman, you got to be careful. You got to be extremely careful who you trust out here, who you allow into your life, where you go. This is why I always come hard, especially on women, about knowledge. So that way you will not be taken advantage of. That way nobody will prey on you. No one will prey on your intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I always want, this is why I always tell women, get out there, get on your knowledge game. I tell everybody that, but and particularly women, you got to get on your knowledge game. You got to start reading more. You know what I'm saying? You got to start taking self defense if you can, right? You got to start being more open minded. You got to start paying attention because that way you will not get taken advantage of. And no one can just come in and tell you anything just to make you feel good because you know what to challenge, you know what questions to ask, and you know how to pay attention and read in between the lines. And if you see any red flags, that's where you know there's a sign for you to not either even continue on. You're gonna have to make some decisions. You may have to disengage the conversation. You may have to separate yourself from the individual. You may have to cut them off for good, and it's okay. But I'm glad that those people that are no longer a part of their organization, they were able to move on with their lives and be able to have a courage to tell their stories, to speak out about the situation, about what happened to them. And it's not easy. It's not easy coming forward and talk about a subject like this. But they had the courage to make their voices heard. And I hope this is a wake up call for many people. I hope people really start realizing that this is an ongoing issue, and they have to be more mindful. All right. But anyways, you guys, that's all I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And I appreciate those of you that's coming in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share the videos. Also, check out my previous videos that I have done. Until next time, peace and power elevation be to all of you. This your girl Tiffany, and I'm logging off. So y'all be safe, and I will keep you guys posted. All right. Take it easy. Thank you.